So hi everyone, today we have a special guest on our channel. We have Shreyank with us. So Shreyank, would you like to introduce yourself once?
Yeah, sure. Hey guys, this is Shreyank Shresht. Actually, I'm currently a software developer at Microsoft, and I graduated this year from MIT Manipal. And currently, I am in the OneNote organization under Microsoft.
All right, amazing. So as you guys can see, he is working at Microsoft, which is pretty much the dream company of everyone out there. And in this video, we'll be getting to know the entire journey behind cracking Microsoft. We'll be getting to know how he mastered DSA problem solving and the other aspects that is required to crack a product-based company. And along the way, he'll give a lot of tips for you guys as well who want to crack a good company. So make sure that you stay tuned till the end. Alright, so let's start with your coding journey, Shreyank. Like, when did you start coding and how was your coding journey like in college?
Yeah, so basically, in my college, the coding culture, there are a lot of clubs for it. I was in computer science branch, so there was a club which was specifically for computer science, and they hosted a lot of hackathons, workshops related to DSA, C, C++ coding languages specifically that are used more in competitive programming and in general problem solving. So I was part of that club. So from there, I got to know about the initial things, as in what all you need for, uh, especially in problem solving and DSA and all. I got to know from there. Other than that, I used to follow from first year. Like, of course, in the first year, you have this kind of anxiety about how the placements are going to be in your college, which companies will come, how should I be prepared from the first semester itself. So there was that also. So for that, I used to research a lot on YouTube. I remember at that time, this Striver's channel was actually getting a lot of traction. It was not very big during my time in 2021, but it was one of the most recommended resources at that time. So I started watching his videos, not specifically coding, but more about how we should approach our preparation from first year, or maybe second semester, third semester, whatever phase you are in. So I got to know a lot of things from him, as in how I should start, when I should start. Although I didn't start in first year, I started a little later. I started in second year of my college, proper DSA preparation and preparation that would, that is required for your FANG level companies. Uh, Other than that, if I have to talk about how I started, in my friend group, there was not too much coding culture. I was kind of alone in that. So the one thing that actually pushed me was my sister. So she had a few friends who used to do coding a lot. So she got into competitive programming, and she used to do code forces problems, right? And she would start doing questions on there, and eventually she would push me to do it as well. She would tell me, ki, "Okay, I did this question today. You also do it. You also do it." So I used to kind of put it aside. I didn't used to take her seriously, honestly. I should have started earlier. So, but as I saw her doing more and more, I was like, okay, maybe I should also get my hands on it. And during my fourth semester, when the first company for our college came, actually for internship, actually during fourth semester, JP Morgan came. Now when JP Morgan came, I questions were not that difficult. It was like easy level questions only. So I was able to solve that. And then came the interviews. Again, I was not selected in the interviews. So from there, that rejection kind of hit me, and I was like, okay, now I think I maybe need to get into the track. I need to start a proper preparation strategy, follow a proper strategy, and start working on it. So from there on, I kind of started my journey where I started to look into, okay, well, how you should prepare for DSA, what development, what kind of tech stack you can make projects on, things like that. Um, Also, one more thing, being in computer science branch, it helps you a lot. Specifically, your basics are very clear because you would have most colleges have data structures and algorithms as their coursework. And for us, it was in third semester. So I was very well, kind of well versed in the basics of arrays, strings, hashing, the topics, basically the basic topics you would need to level up in DSA: stacks, queues, trees, graphs. These all these topics were taught to us on a very conceptual level in our coursework, but there was no proper problem solving that was involved in the college. I hope everybody knows here that you would get only theoretical knowledge mostly, maybe a problem here and there, but not something you could that is usually asked in the interviews or asked in the OA, the first rounds that you have in companies. So for that, I knew, okay, after JP Morgan especially, I knew, okay, now I have to start doing things with respect to that, in that direction. So as I talked about Striver, right? Striver, uh, from the first year itself, I knew this guy. So there was this sheet of his that was actually like very famous. Striver 150 problem sheet. There was, I remember, there was a 90 or 75 problem sheet. There was a 150 problem sheet, and there was a 450 problem sheet. Right. So I was very confused what to start with. So starting in the very start, I started with the 75 one or 91. I don't remember specifically, but I started from there. And when I started solving, it was like, okay, what is this? Like, I was not able to solve many problems. Easy, I was able to do it. Mediums, I completely crashed. Hards was too tough. So I was like, okay, am I too like dumb or what? Like that feeling kind of came into me. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm doing this thing wrong. I researched a bit more, and I found his 450 sheet that was more structured toward the basic, like the people who are starting at first. So I started to do things from there, and it's like very well structured course. uh, so I started from patterns, sorting, all the sorting I did, all the small algorithms. Then I started hopped on into arrays, strings, then moving my way up till graphs, and I followed that sheet. I was able to complete around 300 350 problems there before the internship season started. So this was back in, if I remember correctly, for us, Microsoft came in my. So Microsoft was actually was the first company that came during the internship season, and uh, around July 23, if I remember correctly. And by that time, I had 350 problems solved properly. So I was confident, but not really that Microsoft. Like I was confident, but not really Microsoft level confident. But anyway, I had the CGPA to roll into the. Like I gave my name in the placement department for that particular company, and I was like, okay, let's see if we get into it or not, if we're able to solve the problems or not, pass the rounds or not. So I gave it a shot. Uh, like to be honest, I wasn't very confident when I was giving it. Like I remember a few of my friends, they didn't even apply for the company. They was like, okay, no way we are getting into Microsoft. So and like thankfully I didn't listen to them, but a lot of people there at that time, in second year, especially when the second year is ending, not a lot of people have done DSA development. So there's always that kind of doubt uh, for oneself. So that was with me as well, but I applied to it. Uh, Other than that, regarding the preparation I did, yeah, DSA, though, like I talked about, it was all Striver. I didn't go into competitive coding like my sister, but I actually followed that particular strategy, and I kind of worked my way through it. Now, if I have to talk about uh, development, for development specifically, again, in this also my sister helped me. Like she told me, okay, you can maybe try web development or whatever, so or app development. So I chose web development. I started to. We had this small project in our college. Which was related to database management. It was a full stack, full stack kind of project. So I got a little exposure to front end, a little exposure to back end, then a lot of database related exposure as well in that project. So that was one project that I put in my resume. The second one was a project that I actually made on my own using YouTube and all, and it was related to Mern stack. So yeah, very basic level project, not that heavy. Like, I would not say it was very good. Now that I look into it, but at that time it was a big thing for me, because in second year, looking around, almost nobody was doing anything. So it felt like, okay, this was something I'm doing unique, and that paid off actually.
Mm, nice, 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 man. All
Mm.
right, so let's go a bit deeper into DSA itself, right? Because as you know, a company like Microsoft, Google, these sort of companies focus heavily on DSA, and you absolutely need
Mhm.
to be good in it to be able to crack such companies, right? So let's talk a bit about more how you improved in DSA, because like you said, you were at the level that you started the sheet and you were having difficulty, like everyone does, right? Nobody's able to solve medium or hard problems right off the bat. So how did you come from there to improving in DSA basically?
Yeah, so like I would give a lot of credit to the course that Striver has, because it's structured in such a way that a beginner could uh, easily, get a good start. Actually, you have the easy problems first. So I would suggest, like, for me, what helped was that I started with easy problems. When I was well versed with easy problems, I went on to the mediums. The mediums, you start to, when you are able to solve mediums, you kind of get little confident, because the medium problems are actually not that easy also. They have a lot of patterns that you kind of identify, and you have to know. And with eventual consistent practice, you start to see things which will come with consistency only. So mediums, a lot of mediums, and then I kind of switched to the hards. I would say for internship, you don't necessarily need the hard level problems. It's more, maybe you can be prepared for, if you're preparing for placements. Hard problems are more suited for those. But for internships, mostly mediums. If you're very good at mediums, if you're able to solve mediums in 20-25 minutes by the end of your preparation, so that's a good sign. Uh, so, like, specifically for me, if I have to say, so before the internship season in July, we had a 2 month of summer break. In that summer break, what I did was I used to, like, I like I said, like, I started a bit late, right? So I had to put in more work. So I was like, okay, this summer break, I'm gonna put aside at least 6 to 8 hours specifically for DSA, and that's what I did. I was like every day grinding on lead code, like working my way up to easy, mediums, hards, and eventually, like, this is also one issue. Like, when you start, you don't know how to approach the problems, right? Because on lead code you have the answers as well. So there's a very you have to be very smart with it. You can't just give a problem 5 minutes of thought, and then you jump to the answer and you read the answer, and you're like, okay, I've understood the things, now I put up the code, and then you switch on to the next question. That actually won't help you. I tried to do this for a few questions, and then eventually I would see that at the end of the week, I didn't can't solve the question again. So I was like, okay, maybe this approach is not right. So I would suggest, for that especially worked for me, was that what I used to do. Uh, but again, this comes with like, you have to have a lot of time. Like, I used to give 8 to 10 hours every day for 2 months. So I allocated a lot of time. Not everybody can do this. If you have a lot of time in your hand, I would suggest that you can to improve in DSA, specifically in lead code type problems. What you can do is, you can go ahead, give at least 30 minutes of your thoughts to the question. Give 30 minutes of thought. Try to come with a brute force solution. If you are able to come with a brute force solution and you still have time, go for something optimal. Try to use some basic data structures like hash maps. Try to use some basic medium levels of data structures, or maybe algorithms or patterns that you know of. You can try that. If you're not able to solve the problem, doesn't really matter, because the 30 minutes that you would give of your own thought now, that would actually grow you a lot. That and that actually compounds. Like, let's say you gave 30 minutes of thought to one question, and then you looked into the answer. Let's say you weren't able to find the optimal solution, right? You saw the solution. Now you know the optimal solution. Now, because you gave 30 minutes of that thought to that question, your mind actually, you will see a small change uh, uh, due to that question that you did, by following this very particular strategy. Now when you see that solution, okay, now you know, okay, this was something that I couldn't have thought of only. Then, okay, you have that satisfaction, okay, I gave it my all. Now I saw the solution. Now I'm gonna, and then solution also, I'm by I solution I don't mean the code. By the solution I mean the, the, what you said, the approach. Okay, the approach. If you're able to, you see the approach, and then when you see the approach, take 10 minutes of your time to kind of understand the approach, and then again give 20 minutes to that question to implement that approach as code in whatever language you like. So if you are able to do that, that also kind of grows you. When you do it consistently, actually, you'll see that, okay, this will actually grow your mind more than, just copy pasting the code, or maybe, you know um, just seeing the code and then just typing it out. You will feel like, okay, I'm not copy pasting, I just saw the code, I understood the code, and then I'm typing. But that would actually not help you as it would help you more when you just see the approach and go for the code like solution and typing it out. So this was what I followed for 2 months. And by the end of 2 months, I would say, like, whenever I used to see the questions, I was like, okay, I could understand how I should start. Even if I was not able to solve it at the end, I would come up with at least, let's say you have 100 test cases. I was able to at least, um, what do you say, like pass 90 or maybe 85 test cases. I was just missing some, edge cases just because of a little barrier, or the question was a little tricky. So this particular strategy of how to approach the question specifically helped me a lot.
Hmm. Cool, cool, cool. And that's a great strategy that anyone can use. It is obvious that if you just look at the solution, you'll keep getting dependent on it, and it'll just become a vicious cycle where you open a problem, give it 5-10 minutes, and then look at the solution and then solve it. So that's not really solving it. You're just putting in numbers, but you're not learning anything from it, right? So of course that is a
Exactly.
strategy that you should be using while doing DSA. All right. So you talked about your DSA. You also talked about what you did for development. And one more thing that is obviously there for of what which is there for preparation is system design, right? Even though it's not asked as much as internship or placements for freshers, but still it is there for a few companies. So do you feel that in your journey was DSA enough for getting into, let's say, sort of a product based company, or did you also do system design?
So, me particularly, I didn't do the system design. Um, uh, because if I remember correctly, I actually thoroughly researched like what does Microsoft and some of these companies ask, and system design was not a very, not really asked in internship level interviews. Mostly DSA development, your resume, your work in clubs. Um, I don't think CGPA matters a lot, just for the qualifying criteria. So these were the main points. That's why I didn't do system design. But as far as I know, I think Uber asks you system design. So if you're applying for their internship, I think you have to do it. But I think yes, if I remember correctly, one of my like fellow interns at Microsoft, they were asked system design. It was not like no one was asked. I think he was asked to design a game or something related to snake and ladder. I think this was asked to him, but it was very high level discussion about it. It was something like, not specifically you need to maybe prepare for it. If you have a knack for the architecture and like development, I think you would be able to ace through it. But if you have a lot of time, or maybe you have spare time before your internship season, I would say go for it. It would not hurt, because I mean knowledge doesn't hurt, right?
Correct, correct, correct.
Yeah.
All right, so we've discussed about your journey in depth. So, on a final note, to all of the people who are watching this video who also want to crack a good company like Microsoft, what advice would you like to give them?
So like me, I would say don't start very late like me. I would say start a little earlier. because then you will have more time. You'll able to uh, like it was very stressful for me, like the 2 months that I was working. It was all just DSA, 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 and with so much studying, your brain kind of blasts after some time. And you have to, and not everybody will be able to do that. If you are thinking that you can, work like 2 months and then you'll be able to crack it, it happens very rarely. You'll need a lot of luck. So I would say start in first year. You'll have a lot of time before anything starts. So you can just give maybe 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hour every day to your placement preparation, and you have a lot of time to explore also, right? Like if you start late, you don't really have time to explore things. It's like, okay, what others are doing, you just copy one thing and then you are like, okay, I have to complete it. It's not about learning more, it's more about completing the things. So I would say start a little earlier. uh, be consistent. Consistency is the key in everything. Whatever you do, you will see first day you will be very very nervous. Okay, I'm not able to do anything, मेरे को कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा, I'm not able to understand things. But as soon as you start putting in the work every day, you see, okay, there are these small delta changes turn into big, really big changes. So I would say just be consistent, start a bit early, and just be confident in your journey and be confident about yourself. You'll get there.
All right, okay. So that's some great advice right there, and I think that pretty much covers everything about Shrank's journey to cracking a company like Microsoft and how you can as well. So thanks a lot, Shrank, for coming on my channel and sharing your journey. I really hope this helps a lot of students. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashish, for having me. Cheers. Bye bye.